cup at a time. Tea time. So be sure to grab your tea, grab a seat, and tune in to Miss Liz. Tea time. Making a difference. One cup at a time. Tea time. Tea time.
Well, welcome to Tea Time. That's right, it's tea time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be in this incredible world we call home. So we're going to start with the disclaimer, and then I'm going to introduce my amazing guest. Ayanna Davis will be joining us in the studio today, and we will be speaking on autism awareness. So grab your teas, grab your beverage, get ready to bring in your support, your comments, and let me know where you're tuning in from. So the disclaimer for Miss Liz's Tea Times live show. Miss Liz, myself, is going live with StreamYard. Before using and leaving a comment, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name at StreamYard.com. Please be advised that content brought forward for any Tea Times shows hosted by Miss Liz is always brought forward in good faith, however, may bring forth dialogue and opinions that are not representative of my platform. The facts and information are perceived to be accurate at the given time of airing. All Tea Time guests and audience participation are responsible for using their good judgment in taking any action that may relate to discussion. The content brought forward may include discussions for some where it might be emotional at risk. It is significant to note that this show is engaging in discussions form only to offer and inspire awareness and connection, and is not provided therapeutical advice. If you have any questions about this disclaimer or the panelist discussion, you may freely contact me, Miss Liz, through my email at bookingmissliz@gmail.com. Moving forward, should you choose to voluntarily participate in this show in any aspect, I welcome you. Should you decide that the show is not made for you at this time, I respect your choice and I will see you in a future upcoming show and welcome you back again. Now, I have an incredible lady who is in the studio with me today, and I'm going to bring her up in a few minutes. I want you to meet Ayanna Davis, aka Phenomenallyautistic, is a Westchester County, New York. Along with having autism, she has survived over 300 seizures and lives with chronic illnesses, has 3 autoimmune diseases, but she doesn't let that stop her, spreading her message of self-love, joy, equality, diversity, inclusion, and autism awareness and acceptance through the arts. She is an autism advocate, a children's book illustrated, 16 books to date, The Last My Millennium, available on Amazon, which we will talk about during tea time. Creator of 4 coloring books for girls of color, designer, kids costumes. She's the lover of performing arts, theater child, honor at the United Nations, as was given a proclamation making April 26 Ayanna's Day in Westchester County, New York. She's a former choreograph, can't say this word, my tongue is all twisted again. I'll get her to explain that when she comes. Works in and is seen on BET, ABC Family, Maury Porter Show, and the Apollo Theater, trained over 100 students, and she's a dreamer. Her favorite color is purple, and she's from the United States, and her one word is phenomenal. So let's bring this incredible young lady into the studio so she can share her incredible story. Hi. Good afternoon, Ayanna. Could you get that word out? My tongue is all twisted.
Okay, but first, my name is actually pronounced Ayanna.
Oh, Ayanna. Okay.
Yeah, but if you can't say that, you can say Yanni, because that's my nickname.
I like that, Yanni. I like Yanni.
Okay. So you can say Yanni, and it's choreographer.
There we go. Choreographer. I can't say it. Today my tongue is twisted.
It's okay.
So I'd like to really welcome you to the studio and get to know a little bit who you are and your story, the journey that you're on. So if you'd like to share with the viewers and the listeners out there a little bit on who you are.
Well, my name is Ayanna Davis. I'm from Westchester County, New York. I'm an artist and autism advocate. I'm a children's book illustrator. I've illustrated, actually, it's 17 books to date.
Oh,
I believe when you reached out and you got that bio, it was 16, but it's 17 now. I do have four. I have illustrated four children's books, and the latest is a re-release of my 2019 coloring book, We Are Magical, which is available now on Amazon. I am a former choreographer. You read where my work has been seen. But right now, I'm really focusing on sharing my journey with autism and educating people on autism awareness and acceptance and diversity and inclusion.
so what have you learned about yourself, Yanni, about autism?
What have I learned about myself?
Yeah.
I learned that I'm not weird, I'm just different.
And I like that word different because that's what Miss Liz's favorite word is. If anybody asks me what my one word is for myself, I'm different. And I love that you said the word different because you're different, you're beautiful, and you're unique and special. And that's why you're here on Teatime.
Thank you.
So could you share a little bit with the viewers on, since you got 17, and 17 is my lucky number. So see, there's a reason why. So could you share with the viewers and listeners out there a little bit more on what autism is for those that don't know?
Sure. Autism is a neurological disorder. I'm putting emphasis on neurological because a lot of people mistake it as a mental disorder, and it's not. It's a neurological disorder. But some people who are autistic do have mental disorders as well, like me. Like I have depression, I have anxiety, and a few other things. But it is a neurological disorder, and it comes with challenges of having like sensory issues, which basically means that like your senses are like magnified. So like certain sounds bother you. You have problems with food because of texture, taste, smell. You have a hard time like with social interactions. Some autistic people are nonverbal. As you can see, I am a verbal autistic person with nonverbal episodes, meaning I do have times when I'm unable to speak. Sometimes it lasts minutes, sometimes it lasts hours, sometimes it lasts days. Um, but since it is a spectrum, it's different for everyone, but that's basically what it is.
So you said you have like trouble with textures with food. Is there like, is it because of the softness, the hardness, like, or is it just the texture itself?
For everyone, it's different. For me, if like it is different for everyone. For me, I don't like really really slimy textures. I don't like textures that make like a lot of noise when I chew. So it is different. It is really different for everyone. And
So
in also autism is a very wide spectrum. Like
yes.
someone else who's autistic might love a food that I absolutely hate.
So are there different types of autism out there?
Um there are, but like the way that it's categorized is offensive to people who are actually autistic. Like
Okay.
someone may be diagnosed and they say they have Asperger's, but that's actually like an offensive term that was like created by a doctor, and that was like his last name.
Yeah.
So there are just different levels of your autism.
Okay.
Like they'll label you high functioning, but I'm not a fan of functioning labels because you may label somebody high functioning, and that can deny them of services that they may need to help them. Like me, I'm labeled high functioning, but I may need help somewhere, but they may be like, oh, well, no, she's high functioning. We're not helping her with that.
Yeah.
So I do believe that function labels are harmful. I don't believe that there is a such thing as mild autism. If you're autistic, you're autistic. So even though the spectrum is wide, I don't believe there's anything, I don't believe in high functioning. And then imagine somebody calling your child low functioning. So
Yeah.
I'm totally against all of that.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, Yanni, because there are a lot of people that judge because of the high and the low and the medium, right? You're right. You might be needing a service, and because you are diagnosed with a high, you don't get that service, right? So it's really unfair to you as an individual. So it's nice to know that you have put that out there, because I think the viewers and listeners out there need to understand what autism really is. Autism is autism. It's whether you're high, low, medium. It's just a different level of autism. But the people who are living with the autism don't want to be known as a high, low, medium. They want to be known as an individual. They want to be known as a person. you know and I say this all the time about mental health as well. We don't want to be known as our diagnosis. We want to be known as the individual. Like, Yanni is Yanni, Liz is Liz. We want to be known for who we are, right?
Yes.
So is there anything special you would like to tell the people out there about autism that they might have the misinformation about autism?
Uh, um, well, first, everybody who is autistic is not a genius. And because like this is like the problem that I have with like TV shows who show autistic people. They always show like the autistic person as one nonverbal, two a genius. Like I hate when people are like, "Oh, you're autistic. I saw Rain Man." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not like Rain Man." So like it's always like the same narrative like
Yeah.
on TV shows with like people who are autistic. So, and another thing is, like people don't realize that Black autistic people exist. They always think it's just like white boys that are autistic that exist. They think that like you grow out of autism. You do not. You're autistic your entire life. It doesn't end when you're 18. So those are some of the things that I would like people to know about autism. We're not a different species. We're human just like you.
I really like that you're putting that out there, Yanni, because it is true. A lot of people look at autism as just the white boy, but there are many people out there that live with autism that you might not even know that they have autism.
And they also may not know that they have it because
Exactly.
like Black children are actually diagnosed about 3 years later than their white peers if they're given a diagnosis at all. So
Wow.
they go through life just being labeled angry and being labeled somebody with an attitude or being labeled weird and strange like me. So because I was diagnosed as an adult, so I was just like always the weird, the awkward, the angry girl, the anxious girl. So if they're ever given a diagnosis, they just go through life not knowing what's wrong with them.
Oh, I really like that we're getting into this topic. We're really spilling the tea on the good news on autism, right? Not what society shows us what autism is. We're actually sitting with somebody right now who lives with autism and who is making a difference and making and having that voice for you out there. I like that you state facts, Yanni, because we need the facts. We need the truth, right? And that's what Tea Time is about. It's about getting the truth out there. We need awareness, and this is what we're here for today. We're here to speak on the autism awareness that many of you out there may not know about autism. And like Yanni said, she only got diagnosed when she was an adult, and she was always judged for this rowdy kid and didn't even know. So
Wait, no, 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 no. I was not rowdy.
not rowdy, but
I don't really like that word rowdy because like sometimes people call like Black kids rowdy, so I don't really like that word. But
okay.
The quiet, shy, then sometimes angry. Like I was just always labeled something that I wasn't because they didn't know I was autistic.
So there was a lot of labels growing up.
Yes, untrue labels.
Yeah. I'm really sorry that you had to go through any of that. And I'm sorry about the word rowdy. I won't use that word anymore.
It's okay. I know you didn't do it on purpose.
I'm not here to hurt you. I would like to know about the coloring books. What got you into the coloring books?
Well, I'll say this. If I didn't have art growing up, I probably wouldn't have had anything because it was my first form of communication.
Okay.
Before I spoke, I drew. It was a way for me to tell my parents what I wanted, what I didn't want. If I couldn't speak and tell you what I wanted, I could draw a picture and tell you what I wanted. Even now, like if I can't express myself, I can put my feelings to paper with, well, now because things have changed, put it to my iPad and express myself that way and draw a picture. So it's still my first form of communication, even though I am verbal. It's how I communicate. So my coloring, so since art is my first form of communication, I've always done it. I started doing art shows when I was 7 years old, and I stopped with the visual art for a little while, and I got into the performing arts. I did theater and dance during my teenage years, and then I didn't get away from that, but then I got back into the illustrations, and people started asking me to illustrate for them. And then I just kind of did the coloring books. I didn't even have a reason. I just did them. And because I didn't really see like a lot of images of like a lot of positive images of characters that like little Black girls could see, like they didn't have like positive images that look like them. So that's why I decided to do that.
So can we get these coloring books anywhere, Yanni?
Yes, the latest one is called We Are Magical, and it's on Amazon.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to have to check that out because I love coloring books too. When I have a hard time expressing or my emotions get too much, I like to color.
It's relaxing.
It is. It really, truly is. It's like having a cup of tea, right? It's truly relaxing. You also did some design work with kids' costumes. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I did kids customs, meaning like if a parent sent me like a picture of their child, I would like paint them on a jean jacket or something like that. So I did that, and then it kind of happened by accident. I started being invited to do fashion shows, so I would put like the designs in fashion shows, and I kind of got away from that because I wasn't well enough to do the work and to go to the fashion shows and to do it. So that's why I got away from that, because I was ill.
So was that form of a way of staying calm as well, right? With artwork?
It's still a form of art expression. Yeah.
So can we find any of those anywhere?
I believe I posted some of them on my Instagram, like because people sometimes will still DM me and ask could they get something made, and if I'm well enough to do it, I'll do it.
Well, that's awesome. Now I also see that you have a proclamation day. I can't, my tongue. Oh my god,
it's okay. You don't have to say sorry because I'm doing good today. But like for like the past few weeks, I've been stuttering so badly because I had like a period of time where like my speech was just horrible. But proclamation.
There we go. I knew I just need a little help sometimes. See, I can't do it all by myself. I need help. So could you share a little bit on that?
Yes, I was honored in Westchester County and given a proclamation and given my own day. My dad's not here, but I do think it's April 26th. That's my day here.
Yes, so. That's what I have here. Well, that is good.
It was given to me for my work that I did with the youth for art and dance and drama.
So for the people that are out there that don't know what a proclamation day is, I hope, and I'm saying this right.
Proclamation.
Could you share a little bit what that is?
I really don't know what it is. It's.
And this is why we do on tea. We spill tea. We don't know.
I just know that I had to go to like a ceremony, and they gave me a big plaque, and they told me that April 26th is Ayanna Davis Day in Westchester County, New York, and I don't even know where the plaque is. Yeah, it was a ceremony. My dad was really proud. My mom was really proud, and my students were really proud. I was proud too, but I didn't really know.
Yanni, it's a special day. You have a date. Come on, girl. It's your day. They celebrated. Yeah, I'll have to remember April 26th. I guess that's right. Yeah, April 26th. We're going to have to celebrate Yanni Day. We'll have to do a special post for you and celebrate you. So you're also recognized by the United Nations. Could you share a little bit about that?
Yes, I don't remember the date, but I was honored at the United Nations for the same thing, for my work with the youth in the arts. It was really cool. We went down to the United Nations. We had a ceremony. Like it's not that I didn't want to go, but they wanted me to give a speech, and I didn't want to give a speech. I really didn't say much. Like, I just thanked them and expressed my gratitude. They wanted me to like talk about myself, and I'm not really good at that. So I just really just thanked them and expressed my gratitude to them, and that was all I did. But yeah, it was for the same thing, for my work in the arts with the youth. And because a lot of when I taught dance and worked with the theater company, one of the programs was volunteer. One of the programs I got paid for, but the other one was volunteer. So it was like for my volunteer work.
Are you a big volunteer worker?
Yes.
Now, is there a reason why you're big on volunteer?
Because I don't think that children should have to miss out on the arts because their parents just aren't able to enroll them in programs for different reasons. I feel like everybody should have access to art.
I'm just shining right here. The sun is just coming right into my room like big time today. I'm trying to get it so that I can see you. I really love how transparent you are, Yanni, and how beautiful you are and open to showing your true self, showing who you really are. I love that. I love that about my guests. When my guests are actually so transparent that they're like, you know what? I don't know why I did it. I don't know what this is,
Like,
But
I honestly, like, that's the only way. Like if I couldn't do any interviews if I wasn't like being like completely honest.
yes.
Like, I would be sitting here like this, because that's the only way I know how to be is to be honest. And like, because sometimes people be like, you're too honest, you need to be quiet. Like, I can't. Like, this is the only way I know how to be.
Yeah, I like honest. That's what tea times. Tea time is spilling the tea. We spill only good news, and we spill the spills. That's what we do. So Yanni, I want to get into what is your tea. So if I give you the word tea, could you give me a word for each of the letters? TEA.
I'll try.
So for T, what would your word be?
You mean T?
Yeah.
Thankful.
Okay, and the letter E, what would your word be?
Empathy.
And your letter A?
Art.
See? Thankful, empathy, and art. Now, when you hear those words, Yanni, does that describe you?
I think so.
I think so too. I think you just served me your tea of life, because you are thankful. As a little girl, you were thankful, and empathy, you are full of empathy today in the present. And art, you love art. Art's going with you in the future. So you are really serving a good, strong cup of tea, girl. I really love that you are so transparent and you just spill and flow so easy, and you're so easy to speak with. It's truly magical. So would you like to share with the viewers that are listening out there on how they can make a difference with somebody who's living with autism?
Well, I think if you only look at them as having autism, that will be the problem. You got to look past the autism and try to get to know them as the person that they are, because there is a real person in there. It's not just autism. So get to know them as a person, because they're a person first. So that's what I would say.
So for the viewers that are listening out there, she just wants to be known as a person. She doesn't want to be known as the label. And she's an incredible, beautiful lady here. Like, she's thankful, she's full of empathy, and she loves the arts. And you can check out all of her work online. You can find her on Instagram, on Facebook. You can find her on her Linktree as well. Yanni, what would you like to share to the people that are living with autism, people that understand what it is to live with autism?
Um, this is something that I had to learn, so I'll share it. To not limit yourself, and to especially not let others limit you, because God doesn't limit you.
So you said that you were diagnosed as an adult, right?
Yes.
So how was that for you, being diagnosed as an adult?
When I first got my diagnosis, I was kind of in denial. So being diagnosed as an adult, when they first told me, I was like, they don't know what they're talking about. So like for a few years, I was still in denial, and I was like torturing myself. So I had to really like come to terms with it. And then when I came to terms with it and really accepting it, life became easier for me because um, I learned to do things in a way to accommodate um, my senses and my triggers. So I had to make some adjustments, but just things are just so much easier now because I accepted it.
And how were your parents when you got diagnosed?
Well, my mom didn't know because she passed away, but
Okay.
my dad was like amazing. He accepted it before I did, and he went out because we didn't get like any help or any resources when I was diagnosed. They kind of just like gave me risperidone, which is like a very popular medication that they give autistic people. They kind of gave me the risperidone and was like, okay, we can discharge her out of the hospital, and that was that. I wasn't given any resources, which, I'm black, so we wasn't surprised. But my dad did a lot of research, and he put me in DBT therapy, which is dialectical behavioral
Okay.
therapy, and CBT therapy, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay, I said both of those right. He'd be really proud if he was hearing.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you. You're doing better than I am. I couldn't even say those words.
So we started both of those therapies, and they really help, especially the cognitive behavioral therapy. I just wanted to say that again because I said it really good the first time. But the cognitive behavioral therapy helped me because it taught me to be mindful. And if you can learn to live in the moment and only worry about the moment, like life is so less stressful. So like my dad like helped me more than the therapist, meaning, the people who I got my diagnosis from. So, like, he was amazing. He's still amazing. I have 4 autoimmune diseases. It's not funny, but I've learned to laugh at things that I really can't control. He takes me to all my doctor's appointments because I see a lot of specialists. Um, he he's learned to um, adjust his life to make me more comfortable. So he's amazing.
It sounds like your dad is your little hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's an incredible man. I've been working with him back and forth with emails. An incredible man. So your father has your back. He's doing an amazing job. He's out there looking out for you.
He's
And
always telling like his coworkers stuff. Like nothing like personal. Like, cause one day I told him he needed a mint, and he went to work and told his friends. I was like, "Why'd you tell your work friends that? They're gonna think I'm mean." He was like, "No, it wasn't me. You're just really honest." I was like, "Oh, okay."
we need a little honesty in this world. We really need more of that. We need people who just speak their mind, you know. Uh, and your dad's right. You weren't being mean. You were just being truthful.
Because he had like really strong coffee and like certain smells I can't tolerate.
But that's part
So
that's part of the autism, right?
yeah,
Is
it is.
So it's not like you're trying to be mean or anything. It is part of something that you live with.
Yeah, and it wasn't like I was telling him that he didn't brush his teeth. It was just like the coffee was too strong, and I got in the car and I was like, "You need a mint."
Well, we all need a mint once in a while, right? Now I want to get to know you a little bit more, Yanni. I really truly love your energy. You are so amazing. It is truly an honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
If you could describe yourself in one word, I know what your one word is, and I said it at the beginning. I just want to know if the viewers and listeners are paying attention. Could you share your one word that you gave me for who you are as a person?
Phenomenal.
And why are you phenomenal?
Um, when I chose to use that name, I didn't think that I was phenomenal. So I chose that word because if you tell yourself something enough, you'll start to believe it. So I'm some days I still don't think I'm phenomenal. Days when I'm like really ill from my autoimmune diseases. You know, when you're puking, you don't think you're phenomenal, but you just need that reminder. So I just needed a word that I can look at and remind myself on those bad autoimmune days and be like, okay, you just threw up 6 times, but you're phenomenal, so it's okay.
And I love that word, phenomenal. I don't hear that word enough. We need to hear that word more,
And
and it,
also, Maya Angelou is my favorite poet. So,
oh, do you
and
want to share a little bit on that?
her poem "Phenomenal Woman" is my favorite poem. So, um, and she has a few other poems that I really love. I don't remember them, but because I have a horrible memory, but um, the seizures really trashed my memory. But um, so like my favorite word being phenomenal came from Maya Angelou.
I like that. And she is an incredible lady, really incredible role model for a lot of women out there. Even men, I think, got a little bit from her as well. Now, your favorite color is purple. Why is your
Yes.
favorite color purple?
Well, purple is a very spiritual color, and I'm a very spiritual person. And my favorite crystal is the purple amethyst, also. And it's always been my favorite color, even when I was a little girl, before I knew that it was a spiritual color. A lot of people think my favorite color is pink, but it's not. I like pink though, but yeah, purple is just always been my favorite color. I loved it. When I don't know how old I was really young, but I cried because I wanted to paint my bedroom purple, and they finally gave in and let me do it. My dad gave in. He was the one that like spoiled me. My mama was like, "Why? Didn't she gonna change her mind?" But no, my bedroom was purple from like a really young age until I was about 18. So it was purple for a really long time. Um, but the main reason, like now, why it's still my favorite color is because there's a lot of meaning behind it. But the main reason it's a spiritual thing.
Well, purple, pink is the actual cousin of purple, so pink is okay too.
Yeah,
But I in
it's
purple,
very girly.
purple is very spiritual and very empowering as well.
And I have on purple today.
Yeah, you do, and so do I. I'm wearing purple too, because this is what I do. I'm gonna try and swing over here and get the sun. There we go. We're gonna try and get the sun out of my face today. The sun is like coming right in, big and bright. I
And
usually when I have phenomenal guests on, the sun just keeps shining and making me just glare. So there, I think that's a little bit better. We're actually in my tea room, so the sun is coming in from the room. The sunset is going down, so it's coming down right in the lighting. So, but yeah, purple. I honestly, and this is why I ask all my guests what their favorite colors are, because I try to represent your favorite colors that you like, and that's why I'm wearing purple today too, is because your favorite color is purple. So I wanted to support you with purple.
thank you.
And so purple is really spiritual. So do you have a spiritual background?
Um, like you know how like some people are more spiritual than religious?
Yes.
That's me. Like I'm into meditation, I'm into crystals. People are like, "You're a witch." I'm not a witch. I believe in God.
I guess we're the Winchesters because I'm very spiritual. I really really believe in the spirits and the universe and the energies and
Yeah, me
meditation.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with us. We're just special. We're different, and
Yeah.
we're not witches.
Yeah. People can be very closed-minded, but they're entitled to their opinion, but you're not gonna force your beliefs on me and be disrespectful because I love the block button.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm, you know, we do have a lot of judgment out there. We do have a lot of people who
Yeah,
misunderstand, and when they don't understand, they judge. That's
yeah.
a proven fact. When you don't understand something, oh, it's easier to judge it than to get to know it and understand it.
Yeah, there
And
was a guy on TikTok and he was like, some people are born and there's a demon in them, but people call it autism. I was like, wow, let me block him before he comes on my page.
yeah, let me block him too. Wow, some people can be really mean, right?
Yeah,
So,
I just that type of energy is just like it's hard seeing things like that. Just to like think that like people think you're a demon because you were born different. Like in some parts of the world, um, autistic children are labeled demons and exorcisms are performed on them, and it's just all very sad.
but again, that's because they don't understand and they don't
Yeah,
choose to get to understand. And this is where we need to, as awareness, as advocates, we have to stand up and say, you know what, there's nothing wrong with us. We're just made different. We're extra special. We have that extra spice in us, you know, and either accept us for who we are or, move along.
yeah.
And that's what you do. You just block them. You don't feed the energy. I really like how transparent and how beautiful you are, Yanni, because this is what we need. We need more people out there like you who speak the mind, who speak the truth, who speak and share to make a difference. And that's what you do. You make a difference. You're making a
Thank you,
difference today in my life. Like
thank you,
I am honored to have you here and having you spill
thank
the
you.
tea with me. Like it is so fun having you here. Like you are one of my favorite guests this year. Like I forgot. I'm like, Yanni, what more do you have that you can give to me?
What more do you want?
I just spill it all, right?
Yeah, I am really honest. Like sometimes like my friends are like, you really do like just answer any questions people ask you. I'm like, well, that's what you're supposed to do when you do an interview.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question for you. What is your favorite song and why?
Favorite song. Um, I have a lot of favorite songs, but I'll tell you about one of them. Um, One of my favorite songs is Heal the World by Michael Jackson.
Oh, awesome song.
And the reason is the title itself, Heal the World. One of the lines, make it a better place. Because like he really had like a really pure heart, and I feel that he was very like misunderstood. Um, and he's speaking about making humanity better, and that song was made. I think I was a child when that song was made, and or was I even born? I don't even know, but he's speaking. That song is still relevant now. Like humanity still needs to be healed now. So that's like I really love that song.
I that's one of my favorite songs too. So you're a big humanitarian. We need more people like you, Yanni, because there's nothing wrong with being a humanitarian. It means that you care about people and there's that empathy. Like you have a lot of empathy for people out there. You want to try and understand people.
I only like to watch the news by myself because if something sad comes on the news, I'm probably gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I cry all the time. I'm just like, oh my God, why do you put that on there? I think we have a lot in common. Like, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to get together and actually have a tea in person here. So what's another song that you like, Yanni?
I like Cardi B.
Oh, I've never heard that one.
You don't know who Cardi B is?
No.
She's a rapper.
Oh, okay.
You gotta look her up, but she's like rated R.
Oh, so you like a little bit of rated R.
It's like the beat, and like she's a little bit ratchet, but there's like some of her songs are like really fun and really funny, and she makes me laugh when she does interviews. So, and then like since I'm like a visual person too, the visuals in her video, they're like really colorful. So I think that's why I like her. But who else? I love Alicia Keys. Um, She has a song called Diary, and like it's really beautiful. I used to play the piano, so like sometimes I'll only listen to the instrumental of Alicia Keys songs. So I really like Alicia Keys. Um, what else do I like? Mm, I like a lot of musicians because I love music. Music is actually very therapeutic. Like people are like, but you're autistic and y'all don't like loud noises. Okay, but music is therapeutic and it's different and it's also repetitive. So like we know what to expect. So it's different.
Yeah, because music is actually it is through therapeutic. You know, it helps.
And there is an actual thing called music therapy. That's why I used to play the piano.
Oh, so you played the piano as a child or as an adult?
Teenager.
Teenager? So
Yeah.
what was your favorite song on the piano?
Um, I don't remember the name of it.
Can you do the beat?
I don't remember.
I love your honesty, girl. I'm just like Chris says, I can't figure that out.
I think because like when I stopped, I really stopped. Like I never
Yeah.
looked back. I think that's why. Yeah, no, I don't remember. And I wanted to do it so bad, and my dad was like, "Okay," he bought the keyboard, and I did it for a little while, and then I was like, "I don't want to do it anymore."
So is that something else that people that live with autism they change a lot, right? They get
like some people have like special interests that um they'll they'll start and they'll stick with it forever. And some have special interests that they'll do for a little while and they won't look back. And that's probably what I think happened with me and the piano. Like I
okay.
did it for a little while and then I was like, all right, no. And I think it was also because I didn't like to read music. So I think that's why I stopped.
So you were more of just play as you feel it, not play the notes, like read the notes, right?
Yeah, like when I was very young, I could actually play by ear, but when I got older, I couldn't do it anymore. So then
Okay.
when I had to read the music, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So like if I didn't want to do anything, like my parents didn't force me to do it. So like that's something I can say about them. If I didn't want to do it anymore, they didn't make me do it.
Well, that was nice. We need more parents like that. We need more
Yeah.
heroes like your father out there looking out and saying, you know what? No, she doesn't want to do it. Let her be. So if you could describe yourself besides the word phenomenal, if somebody would put you in a box, I don't like putting people in boxes, but if somebody put you in a box and you could pop out of that box, what would you pop out and say?
I don't think I'd get in the box.
I like that answer. That's the answer I was looking for because I don't want people to put you in a box and I don't want people that live with autism to be put in boxes. There's a reason why I did that. I wanted to see if you were going to say, I don't want to be in the box because I myself don't want to be in a box. For anybody who is different and anybody who is living with something, with an illness of any sort, they don't want to be put in boxes. And I love that you said that. That is pure honesty out there. See, she doesn't want to be put in a box. She wants to be known for her. You know, we're not being put into categories and labels and everything. Yanni is Yanni and she's special. And I really, really love this afternoon with you. It is truly a blessing to have you here. Is there anything
Thank
that you
you.
would like to share with the viewers out there that they might not know about you?
Um, no, I think we talked about I think you asked all the good questions and we
All
talked
the good
about,
questions. So I got
yeah.
good questions. You heard it, guys. Miss Liz has the good questions. So if you could drink a cup of tea, what kind of tea would you drink right now?
I don't like tea.
I like your answers because this is where a lot of people think that tea time is about the beverage. It is not about the beverage. It is about the guests themselves. You know, yes, I drink tea. My tea is here. I have my tea. but I don't. It is not about the beverage. It is about
I
you,
want
Yanni.
I want Starbucks.
You want a Starbucks.
Yeah.
So what do you drink at Starbucks? You don't drink tea because you don't like tea. So what do you drink?
Like iced coffee or I forgot what it's called. I told you my memory is trash. But no tea though. No.
No, I like it. See, my guests don't have to drink tea to come on Tea Time because they're the tea. You are the tea. You're serving you, and you're spilling the tea. You're spilling you. You're showing the world who you are, Yanni, and that is beautiful out there. So for any of the viewers that are watching, if you would like to know more about Yanni, you can check her out on her link tree. I'm going to bring it up again. And Yanni, if you'd like, could you share a little bit more on the seizures? I would like to get that out a little bit more because a lot of people don't understand the seizures on the
Sure.
damage that they can do to you.
Sure. A lot of autistic people do have seizures because autism is a neurological disorder, and seizures are neurological. So yeah, I've had over 300 seizures. The kind I have are grand mal, nocturnal, silent, and there's one other type. I can't remember the name of them right now, but they're the type that are caused by um, what cause like a loud noise or being scared or like a shock. So
Okay.
those are the types that I have. In 2000, this is 2022, right? Yeah. So in 2020, those are when I had like the worst ones that I've ever had. My body took a real beating. My memory took a real beating. My speech took a real beating. Um, those did the most damage. Had to do speech therapy. I was stuttering. Those were the hardest to like wake up from um, and recover from. I still struggle with my speech on some days because of those that happened almost 2 years ago. Um, it's definitely a struggle, but like I honestly don't have the right to be ungrateful because I know people who have had one and died. So the fact that I've had 300 chances to wake back up, I cannot be ungrateful. So I just have to say thank you to God for continuing to wake me back up and allowing me to keep living. And it's not easy at all. You really take a beating, but I just have to be grateful that I'm still here.
So do you know what causes seizures?
Only the ones that were caused by like the loud noise and the loud music. Those are the only ones we know why they're caused. But again, a lot of people who are autistic have seizures, and also they run in my family.
Okay. So it's genetic seizures that you have?
I don't really know if it's called that, but
Okay.
like my new neurologist who I just started seeing, she did ask me if they ran in my family, and I told her my grandmother had them. My mom had one before she died. My cousin has them. So it's not like people in my family do have them. So I probably had more than anybody else in my, well, not probably, I've had more than anybody else in my family. Um, it might be because I'm autistic, but um, they run in my family.
Hmm. I really want to thank you for sharing that because we need to understand, right? Because a lot of people think that seizures are just from a loud noise, but they could be from multiple things, right?
Yeah, abnormal brain activities and stuff like that. And it's really tricky too because when I had to get my video EEG, I hope that's what it's called. They put the wire they put the wires on your brain and like
Yes, I've had that a few times.
I hated that because like when you like when you get it done, I haven't had to get this particular one for a while, but when you get it done, they're like, and this is like when I had a lot of hair, they come and they're like, just wash your hair and don't put no product in it because they have to put glue on the little things and stick it to your scalp. And I'm just like, I'm black. I need product in my hair or it's going to be dry. But I was like, whatever. So I put my hair in 2 braids, and they came and they put the things on your head or whatever. But the nurse said if you're not having a seizure while it's on, while you're hooked up to the machine, they're not going to see the abnormal activity. So I didn't have no seizures while I was hooked up to it. So, you know, they don't know why I have them.
Yeah. And that's
and then I could, when they took the wires out, I could literally hear them ripping my hair out. I'm like, I told y'all I was black and I needed product in my hair.
Well, that wax, even on a white girl, I had it done a year ago because I have seizures too, and that, but yeah, that test is not fun. The wax that they use to put these wires in your head, and they can't see anything if you don't have a seizure. So
Yeah.
you know, it's not like you can tell your body, okay, go and have a seizure right now. I'm getting a test done so they can see.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's very tricky. And I was like, and then they were like trying to like force a seizure, and I was just like, are y'all serious? But no, I didn't have one while I was hooked up to the machine. And then, you know, they coming in there every few hours, sticking your legs with that needle so you don't have blood clots in your legs. And I was like, why are y'all doing this? Some days I'm at home in bed longer than this. I don't need that. So it was just like but yeah, so they besides the ones that were like triggered by the loud noises, they don't know why I have them. So it's just probably because other people in my family have them, starting with my grandmother. So
it runs in the family. Yeah.
My doctor literally said, like, you have bad genes because, like, I have like so many health issues. He said that, and he's like, you're too young for all these issues. You have bad genes. And I was like, oh, great.
They passed it down.
Yeah, because my dad told the doctor, my dad's like, she literally has like the healthiest diet you can think of. And my I think it was my endocrinologist, he was like, she's too young for all of this.
So could you share a little bit with the viewers before we wrap up your tea time, Yanni, on the books that you wrote? You've written 17 books. Can they all be found on Amazon?
Well, I only wrote 2.
Okay.
One is not in print anymore. The second one is not out yet, so it's coming.
Okay.
The rest of them I only illustrated.
Okay.
So we can talk about one of them.
Okay, sure.
It's called My Melanin, and it teaches young girls. It's a book of affirmations that teaches young girls that they're beautiful, that their melanin is beautiful, that their curly hair is beautiful, and that can be found on Amazon too.
So there you go. For the viewers and listeners out there, you can grab your copy on Amazon. I think it'll be an incredible book, and I'm going to look into getting myself a copy as well. So Yanni, I want to really thank you for joining me today on Tea Time and sharing your incredible story and sharing your incredible energy. I love your energy, girl. Like we really got to get together and have a Starbucks. Since you don't drink tea, I'll drink a chocolate milk or something, or some kind of latte. Or I don't even drink tea when I go to Starbucks. I drink a chai latte. I think I drink is like with almond milk. So yeah, I don't even drink tea when I go to Starbucks. Oops, sorry, Miss Liz doesn't drink tea sometimes. So Yanni, any special words that you'd like to say before we wrap up your tea time?
That I hope everybody has a great day and remain grateful and remain safe.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being who you are. You are a doll. I really enjoyed this interview with you. Really had fun with you. And you are phenomenal. Don't you ever forget that. You are phenomenal. You are a beautiful girl. And you have a beautiful heart. So keep sharing and keep bringing the awareness to autism, because we need that out there. For all the viewers out there, I will see you February 22nd with a new Tea Time guest. Elizabeth Balte will be joining me, and we will be speaking on the dimensions of education so we can open up the minds. She has an incredible format on opening and understanding why we are who we are and why we serve the way we do through educational and the dimensions of education. After that, I do have Tina Furrow coming on February 28th, who will be talking about the child welfare industry as well. So check out those tea times. They are both at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on the 20th of February, I will be releasing all of March's guests. And you'll see all the different topics that I'm bringing to the table in March. And April is on its way as well. So every month on the 20th, you will be getting the new release of all the guests for the following month. So February 20th will be the release for March. March 20 will be the release for April, and so on and so on. And to all the viewers out there that are listening and supporting Miss Liz and all of these incredible Tea Time and Tea Time guests, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your patience and making space for my platform. Yanni, thank you again for joining me today. It was incredible having you here. Check out Yanni. She's on Instagram, Facebook, and check out her Linktree and all of her incredible interviews on her Linktree because there's some incredible ones. She's also on TikTok, as she has mentioned during the interview. So check her out there as well. And let's support one another. And before we start judging, let's get to know and let's bring the right awareness out there for each and every one of us. So I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today for Tea Time. And we will make a difference one cup of tea at a time.